What's up, everybody? Welcome to our channel. On today's video, do I abuse Katie? Do I use my pan on her? I'm just so tired of people assuming that I'm a piece of crap, assuming the absolute worst things from me. Maybe I'm just better than you. I know I'm not like that, but seeing their assumptions lets me know that me being who I am is a problem for some people, because apparently I'm just too good to be true. And put her in her place. Okay, so on this channel we've had all types of rumors and clarifications we've had to make. I think this one's definitely the most pathetic one. Alright guys, looking for the Gator Shack. It's one of the most exclusive restaurants in Southwest Florida. And it stems from women who were abused by their husbands, apparently. So these are women who have no self-esteem. You know, the little pineapple sauce. Can you beat it? And they let a guy walk all over them, so they think that Katie's the same way. They think that Katie's like them, that put up with a relationship that sucked and all that. So yeah, there it is, guys. That's the Gator Shack. If you've never had alligator, I definitely recommend it. Nice little Florida setup there. Definitely cool. Let me just read you a comment from one day ago. The comment says, "Your girlfriend." Oh wait, she's not my girlfriend. She's my wife of 13 years. Might be okay with how you talk to her, but as a white girl who spent years being verbally abused by a Puerto Rican, I'm not okay watching this. You may love her, but you definitely don't like her, so deal with it in a more respectful manner. Okay, so I feel like a lot of times when people are making this comment is because, well, they always tell you they're a woman who was in an abusive relationship, and they think we're in an abusive relationship because they were in an abusive relationship. So they think that what they're seeing on camera is just a small glimpse of the nightmare that Katie's living through. See, there's a bunch of turkeys way behind those buildings over there. There's the rain. Bunch of turkeys way over there. Let me tell you, she's healthy. She's right there.
So what? You gotta equate my husband to your abusive ex? He ain't Puerto Rican. He Cuban. This is my Cuban.
Look at how healthy she is. Look how soft and white this. Look how white and soft his skin is. I'm a major contributing factor to the health of this white woman. Now, just so we clarify, I'm not going to tolerate. I have high expectations for Katie.
He does.
And I expect her to put an effort with her health, which is constantly an issue with me, is her not trying hard enough. So if telling her that she needs to try harder, telling her that she needs to take care of her health, and telling her that she needs to be more responsible, if me caring for her and setting expectations for her is abusive, then so it be. But we're in an upbuilding relationship where I contribute to her being a better person, and she contributes to me being a better person. And in that circumstance, I do not cut her any break at all.
Part of being in a marriage is pushing each other to be the best that you can possibly be together.
And I push her all the time. I push her in the walls. Too. I push her in the bathrooms. I push her into the wall. Come on, y'all.
This is the man who misjudged at our wedding, like, how much space we needed. He's always putting me in trees. But I like that.
They have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I had to duck a tree. Because of the aisle.
Yeah.
They set it up weird.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's really kind of another one of those situations where people assume because their life sucks that our life sucks. And I mean, first of all, we spend so much time together. Most people that are married will never spend as much time as me and Katie have spent together. Katie and I have spent a lot of time together. I mean, literally almost every single day of the week, unless something's different's going on.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time together, more than you probably ever will. Most couples will never spend as much time together, which that in itself is an incredible feat, I think.
And it's like we don't like when we're apart, so we choose not to be apart, and we make our lives in order so we can be together all the time.
And when we worked separately, like when she had a job in one direction, I had a job in another direction, and we weren't together all the time, I would say it was probably the most miserable time of my life.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like a lot of times when people say that they assume that because their marriage sucks, that my marriage sucks. I'd rather do this video without you.
You don't have a choice in doing this.
I really don't want you here.
It would be worse if I was not here.
I wanted to do this video myself.
I know.
I really
You do.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know if it's because I mean, half of them say they were in a bad relationship, so then they assume because they were in a bad relationship, they were in a bad relationship. But there's a lot missing in that picture.
Yeah.
We're not in a bad relationship. We got married at 18.
And one thing we are is we're very blunt with each other, and sometimes that's taken a little strange.
Yeah, we do talk directly. I don't know if you have like an alarm or something.
Yeah.
It's like a
okay.
Tornado alarm or something.
I guess.
All right. At the end of the day, I don't even know how to answer this question. It's like another deal where like I think maybe because their life sucks, they think that your life. Somebody just got towed. That make that carpet down there. All right, y'all. Maybe like I feel like maybe they just because maybe they were in that relationship that sucked. They think that yours is the same way. And I even like I think yesterday we were live streaming, and during the live stream, somebody waited for me to walk inside a building to try to ask Katie if I was hurting her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here's what you don't understand about me. Like, I'm the type of person who, in school, never bullied anybody. If there was a bully, I just don't like bullying. Like, I don't even know how to, like how far from the person I am you are. If you assume that I'm a bully, you're so far from understanding the person I am. And what frustrates me is like I put out so much content out there that you should just be able to tell the type of person I am. And if you're watching my content and you feel that that's the type of person I am, how far from who I really am, like how much of the picture you're missing, really.
You've really missed the whole mark.
Yeah.
Reasons why I fell in love with him: he's loving, he's caring. And sometimes that's not brought across always, but that's what he is. He is sweet. He does little things. He's always trying to build up.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more than what you see in our videos and whatever. We really try to, all the time be good to each other and with each other.
Yeah, I really struggle to understand some people's perspectives on that matter. I don't even understand the perspective. Like this is happening a lot on our channel. Then you have people that go to your channel to ask you if I'm hurting you on your channel. It's
and half the time I just delete it because it's annoying to be asked that all the time when obviously it's not occurring. Yeah,
and the other thing is just like there's a lot about our life that maybe you guys don't understand. I don't want to put too much out there. Obviously, when you put too much out there, this happens. But part of what I will put out there now is this. In the 13 years that we've been married, I've been the provider for both of us. She's pretty much at the point where she's been in a disability, pretty much. So in other words, I've been, in those 13 years, probably 12 or 11 of those years have been me being the sole provider for both of us. And she's never gone hungry. She's never lacked clothes. We've always, we've been through a lot. We've been through more in 13 years than most people will go through in their lives. And I would say we're probably perfect for each other in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's...
a woman, you're not going to get a woman's respect by being stronger. Just because you're physically stronger than a woman doesn't mean you're going to get respected by her. And the notion that just because you're more powerful than somebody, you can overpower them, and that's not how women work. Women always win because they're, no matter what, at least when it comes to relationships and social, I think women are smarter in that category. And I think women being smarter, you're never going to win with a woman like that. Respect is not something that you can force out of people. You know, it's a weird topic for sure. And I guess I just feel like just because your relationship sucks doesn't mean that ours sucks. Just because you ended up with a piece of crap that abuses you doesn't mean that Katie's in the same circumstance.
Yeah, and we're very close to his family, and his family, if he actually was, his family would be the first person to say, "Hey, this is wrong."
Nobody around us would put up with it.
Yeah, nobody would put up with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think by assuming that I'm doing that to you, and it's almost like they're assuming that you're weak.
Yeah.
And I feel like they really miscalculate how strong of a character you are.
The minute, I feel like I'm being abused or anything like that, I would be out. I would
Katie
be
wouldn't
wouldn't put up with it. You know.
Yeah, Katie wouldn't put up with it. Mm-hmm. So it's like they're not just disrespecting me by saying that, they're disrespecting you.
You're disrespecting me.
Because they're assuming that you're just this dumb person who can't really make decisions for herself. And
I can definitely make decisions for myself. If you think I can't, well, let me show you.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I just feel like just because you've had crappy relationship problems in the past, and your marriage mates have sucked, and your boyfriends have sucked. We've been married for 13 years. We've gone through more in those 13 years than most people will go through in their lifetime. Said by people who've been married.
And some people, it's like,
not by me.
Sometimes in a marriage you have to look beyond. You have to understand, if they say something wrong, that maybe they're just having a bad day, or they just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. That happens. And you can't let one day of, maybe they said something stupid, because we all say stupid stuff.
We are blunt.
Yeah.
And I really I don't care too much for how it's perceived by people, because at the end of the day I really don't care about how people perceive anything. But when they cross the line of disrespecting us, like it's been a constant thing on this channel now, I just feel like possibly the only explanation is that just they assume, and that's the worst thing you could ever do, is assume that like if you're a thief, you might assume that everybody else is a thief. If you're disloyal, you might assume that everybody else is disloyal. If you're whatever, a lot of times stupid people assume that whatever stupid characteristics they have, that everybody else inherently has the same stupid disability they do, which is not true. Everybody has different things going on. Don't ever assume that because you're a piece of crap. One thing that I love in understanding other people is when I see somebody's assumptions about me, it lets me know how they think. When you assume that other people behave the same way you behave, it's like a window into your brain, an embarrassing window into your brain, because at the end of the day, if that's how you assume I would behave, it just gives me an indication of what thought processes you go through, and that you're assuming that I would think the same way you do. So I just feel like with this situation, people are just opening up a window into how crappy their lives are, and assuming that our lives are kind of the same way theirs are. We live a very tranquil, very good life, man. I got nothing to complain about. And it's mind-boggling. And these are like everyday comments on our channel. Yeah, we've been married 13 years. We got married at 18. We've been through so much crap. It's not like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's just mind-boggling. But like I said, it gives me an idea of what other people go through, if that's the way they assume that's what we're going through. Again, this is just addressing some of the dumb questions we get, or some of the dumb things we get on our channel. I think a lot of these women too, are almost jealous that like I think we deal with a lot of jealousy on our channel.
Yeah.
Like, I recently had somebody, and it wasn't malintentioned, somebody who was they're pretty well off, and they're like, dude, I envy all the things you do. I'm like, huh, really?
How come you don't do them?
I'm like, huh. That just left me thinking for a minute, like, wow, my position ain't that bad. So, not great, but not bad either. You can just kind of tell when people are in a good spot and when they're in a bad spot. But I definitely don't cut Katie slack. Like, I feel like what triggers people to think that, it's just I'm just a strong character and you're kind of a more shy character. So, interesting, by the least. Interesting. Any other thoughts on this topic? I think it's pretty much...
I think it's really sad that people would, like, assume because their relationship sucks that everyone else's. I think people don't try enough in relationships. Like, they'll give up after one. Like, the person they're with, he'll just have a bad day. They'll say something, and they'll be like, oh, it's...
Another point is, like, a lot of people that are like that are in a situation where they're trying to cover up. Like, so many people that are married try to cover up. Like, no marriage is perfect.
No.
We have our disagreements. I get mad at you. You get mad at me.
Yeah.
That is normal.
You're not going to have a marriage where you're not having a bad day or you don't have an argument.
Right.
That's not how that works. It's not sunshine and roses at 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to have some really good times. You're going to have some really bad times. You got to be there for the ups, the downs, and whatever.
And sometimes, like, she's made decisions that were her decisions that had horrific consequences. And I don't hold that against her. But I think a lot of times, like, people that are married will try to cover up a situation. Will try to, like, cover up whatever they're dealing with. And then ends up being a situation where, they're trying to cover up as much as they can. Like, there's a lot of people that are married and they're going through all these troubles and they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to, like, keep that on the hush because there's some type of like they're not confident in their marriage. But we don't do that because we know where we stand, so it doesn't matter to us. I feel like to somebody who's trying to cover up all those signs of a bad marriage, us showing whatever, like a little argument or disagreement or something, and like you don't have to agree on everything. I think like that's why today, like, so many people aren't even like they're not even married anymore. Like, you know how different Katie and I are. Like, she's from Michigan, I was born in Cuba. The things that she likes are different. The music she likes is different. The things that I like, her food, everything that we do is totally
the first
different.
few years of marriage are hard enough already, and then we had like the culture and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like we had to understand what we could tolerate of each other's culture and food and...
No, not like... Yeah. Her culture is different than mine. Like, my family, there were some things about you that they weren't, vice versa.
Yeah.
We were so different. But people believe, for some reason, that, everybody, like, that's why, first, people aren't getting married, and the ones that do get married don't last, is because they have this it's like they want this, like, I think people watch movies and TVs.
And they want what's on the screen.
What's on the screen. It's like this perfect love story or something
it's
unrealistic.
Yeah.
It's a completely unrealistic expectation for reality. And so they're left not really meeting their desires. And the reality of marriage is that it's a long process of ups and lots of downs, or sometimes one person might end up taking care of another person that's disabled for the rest of their life. And both parties should be able and willing to if they're in that position, to stick to it. A lot of people run away from situations like that. And that's kind of what frustrates me, is that I'm not going to sit here and complain about my responsibilities towards Katie, for health and all that, but I'm the person that didn't run away from, all that and stuck through. And, and most people might get stuck at that in their 60s or 70s. Dude, we were 18 years old and I had just met Katie, and I was already having to take care of her because she had health problems. And at 18 years old, you don't even know what the crap you're doing. So it's easy to walk away from a situation like that, And so I'm the person that stuck through it all, and she's been the same way with me. And then to have somebody who probably couldn't even make their relationship function to tell you that yours isn't functioning, it's kind of frustrating. But at the end of the day, no, we're good. And there's a lot you can learn from us, actually.